Hola. How was everybody's New Year's? I hope it was great. Mine was okay. Actually, it was great. I was home. I was home with my kids and my partner, and I was binge watching Sabrina, and it was a very enjoyable experience. The new season of Sabrina is actually pretty good. I have to finish it. I made my greens. I made my greens and beans. I'm eating them now. Finishing them up. I made a plate for now my Aunt Eliza. I made a plate for my Aunt Eliza. I lit a candle, and I sat down and I ate my greens and beans with her, and that was fun. It was a great way to spend my New Year's. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, we're gonna talk about where the planets are gonna be, where they were this morning at 12 a.m. and where they'll be at 11:59 p.m. tonight, and that's exciting, right? And we could do like a little compare contrast about where we come from. Not wrong with it. So our sun is still in Capricorn in the fifth house. We started at 12 a.m. at 10 degrees 56 latitude, and we end tonight at 11:59 p.m. Hey, tonight at 11:59 p.m. We'll be at 11 degrees and 57 latitude at Capricorn fifth house. So we don't really move too much. We move a degree. We're still in Capricorn in the fifth house, and we know that the sun rules your ego, your self purpose, your masculine energy, your extroverted energy, how other people see you. And so with the sun in Capricorn, you feel like a sense of being reliable. You want to get things done. It's time to bring things into manifestation as we get into that the physical realm of Capricorn. Capricorn is all about bringing things into physical form, taking leadership. My greens and beans. I'm eating them now. Hold on. Let me mute myself. I made a plate full. Yeah. So, yeah. So you feel determined, reserved, also pretty ambitious to get things done. I know I have. I've been getting like things done left and right. I won't lie to you. And you're directing this in your fifth house, and your fifth house rules over your children, your creativity, and your romance. So you're tackling these things in a creative way as far as um, getting things done and manifesting new things. So, did anybody have any like super cool ideas fall on their laps? Like yesterday, we talked about it being a good time to come together and speak as a community. Like tomorrow, last night would have been a good time to like be in an intimate circle and be around people and have like a constructive type conversation. Yesterday, I actually was doing hair, so I was around some pretty dope people while I was doing hair, and we had some, constructive conversations that bled over into like not too long ago, having a following up conversation, and things are being built off already. So pretty exciting, pretty exciting. Getting back to the sun, the sunrise was at 8:21 a.m. and the sun set at 5:54 p.m. So we're still around the same time frame as far as the sunrise and sunsets come, but we're doing a whole lot better than we were doing in December. So that's cool. I don't know about you guys, but my body automatically wakes up around the same time as the sun. Like no matter what time the sun is doing its thing, I kind of always find myself maybe like a good 5 minutes ahead of the sun with my eyes open or whatever. Um, and that's cool. It's kind of once upon a time when I had to like go to work and be at work at a certain period of time and things like that, it would like make me feel angsty to be like that because it's like I gotta wake up at this time no matter what the sun is doing. But now it's just kind of like I can be one with the sun and it's fun. Bars. So moving into the moon. So the moon is in was in 4 degrees 55 latitude, and it's also in Leo in the 12th house, and that was at 12 a.m. So you may have felt like that intuitive inner energy coming out. Some of you guys went out to parties, some of you guys went out and socialized and did a bunch of cool things, and that's cool. Um, and then we will be ending the night at 11:59 p.m. tonight. Excuse me, at 18 degrees 8 latitude. We will still be in Leo in the 12th house. And the 12th house is directed towards like your dreams and your secrets and your emotions and your karmic relationships. And that's why another reason why I was telling you guys last night to be mindful of the energies. Um, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't feel like it today. Um, But that's why I was telling you guys to be mindful of the energies that you're around today. Well, last night, because it was a time with it being in Leo in the 12th house, while you were being extroverted and being social and wanting attention, you were attracting karmic relationships. So be mindful of how you were going about attracting said attention. So we were back in that space. We stayed around in that space. The moon rise will be at 6:14 p.m. tonight, and it will be setting at 8:55 a.m. in the morning. So we're still in that same time frame with the sunset and the sunrise and the moonrise and the moonset, and that's fun. Mercury, Mercury at 12 a.m. this morning was at 17 degrees 58 latitude, also in Capricorn in the fifth house. So we have the sun and Mercury sitting around each other. They're about 7 degrees apart. And then tonight at 11:59 p.m. I say 11:59 because it's not exactly 12 because the system that I use won't let me go from midnight to midnight. So I have to do it like, and that's fine. It works. Peace, bro. Peace, God. Um, but tonight at 11:59 p.m., Mercury will be at 19 degrees, 37 latitude, still in Capricorn in the fifth house. Now, Mercury rules over like your communication, how you exchange information, how you send it, how you receive it. And it's not just like verbal, it's also like visual, it's also sound if you make music, your tone of voice. Your temperament when your communication, how you receive information, if you're the kind of person that is open to receiving information, if you're the kind of person that's always like kind of like your first response is always no. Things like that. Also rating is also a form of communication, also communication with like higher beings, higher energies, and as well as yourself. So with that energy sitting in Capricorn, you may feel more reserved in your communication. Some of you guys may have felt the need to go inward and communicate more to yourselves, with yourself, by yourself kind of energy. Some of you guys may have felt more ambitious to go outward as you embrace the masculine energy of the Capricorn energy of the cardinal energy of Capricorn energy, and taking leadership and learning about like a new trade, something else you can manifest and create. Coming back to that energy, I was telling you guys last night, be mindful of the company you keep, because last night was definitely the night for building conversation. Um, and then you had the moon. I mean, then you had Mercury like chilling near the sun. So like it was like that double masculine energy. So it was very, very. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys got like a lot of awesome conversations, you know, completed, and a lot of like building conversations. And if you didn't get it started last night, today is definitely a beautiful day to follow up in those conversations, as the sun and Mercury will both be in Capricorn all day today. So definitely like link up with those you're trying to link up with, and you know have those conversations. Start doing the planning and the building and everything like that, because today is definitely a beautiful day to do it. Moving on to Venus. Venus is at 12 a.m. this morning. Venus was at 20 degrees 37 latitude in Sagittarius energy in the fourth house. Tonight at 11:59 p.m., Venus will be at 21 degrees 51 latitude in Sagittarius, still in the fourth house. So we don't really move too much with Venus. We move about 1 degree. We move a lot, as far as the latitude goes, but a degree over. And with Venus in the Sagittarius energy, we know Venus rules over your love and your finances, the things that you find yourself attracted to, how you obtain your love and your finances, how you treat them, how important they are to you. So when you look at your natal chart and you look at what kind of energy your Venus is in, it shows you how you treat that energy, how you treat your wealth and your finances and your material things and your love, and how you obtain them. And it also and then when you talk about the house, it's like what that energy is directed towards in your life. So with Venus and Sagittarius energy, that Sagittarius energy of being like optimist, like an expansive, opportunist kind of energy. You may feel like a strong need for romantic and financial freedom. So you may be building conversations of expanding your relationships that you have, maybe having, a new, walking into a new relationship and having a brand new conversation you've never had in in previous relationships. Yes, hello everyone, welcome. Um, you can also find yourself doing that as far as your finances go, having building conversations with other individuals to create new streams of income, different kinds of revenue, and things of that nature. You can also find yourself appearing a bit impatient and short. As we know, Sagittarius is also that fire energy, and we want to be mindful of how we display said fire energy. It can also come off a little too strong in the room. So you just want to have, like, be aware of your energy, be aware of your energy becoming too overpowering when you start speaking on how you plan to obtain said wealth or things that you want, as well as conversations, in your romantic relationships, whatever you find yourself having today. Be mindful of how strong you come off in that once your passion and your compassion gets ignited, because your Venus is sitting up in that fiery Sagittarius energy. So when you feel that compassion starting to, get a little too fired up, just find your calm. Come back to your calm. Um, so Mars at 12 a.m. was at 27 degrees 0 latitude in Aries in the ninth house. And tonight at 12 a.m., at 11:59 p.m., Mars will be still at 27 degrees, but moving on to 25 latitude, still in Aries, still in the ninth house. So Mars is that planet that rules over our motivations, our drive, what gets us going, what gets us getting up and investing our energy towards something. Grand Rising, everyone, Grand Rising. Thank you for tuning in to the daily planetary forecast. I'll be doing this every day. Um, so Mars is that planet that tells you, like, what drives you, what gets you going, what gets you amped, what gets you aggressive, what gets you angry, what gets you sexually aroused. It's just all about, like, that strong root chakra energy. What it's also that warrior martial like energy. And with Mars and Aries, you have that warrior planet inside of that warrior energy. So you guys may have, felt more inclined to get in tune with your warrior side, as far as, learning more defense mechanisms, learning how to use your body as a weapon. um, People are getting their gun licenses and going and learning how to shoot, and women are taking self-defense courses as well as men, and people are also defending themselves with their minds. Like, people are equipping themselves to have a warrior like mind. I see people, learning how to live outside for days at a time, or learning how to take mile long hikes. That is fucking amazing. Like, it's a lot of people just really preparing themselves to be their own everything, including their own protector. And that's where it's at. So, you'll definitely feel that in from that Mars and that Aries energy. Definitely feel that igniting, because we have our Venus energy in a fire sign, and we have our Mars energy in a fire sign. So you definitely want to be mindful of getting too explosive today, and just feeling like a little too passionate about some things today. Definitely want to every now and then come back to yourself and find your calm. Yes. And the ninth house is dealing with the traveling and philosophies and higher education. So still coming back to the thought process that today is definitely a day for building conversations. Jupiter entered Aquarius, we know, in December. Jupiter and Saturn pretty much stay in the same energy for about a year. They usually switch their zodiac energies in mid-December. So Jupiter this morning at 12 a.m. was at 2 degrees 35 latitude in Aquarius in the sixth house. And tonight at 12 a.m., well, at 11:59 p.m., Jupiter will be at 2 degrees 48 latitude in Aquarius, still in the sixth house. So Jupiter is a planet that deals with generosity and law and tolerance and order, as well as growth and wisdom and luck. And inside of that, Aquarius energy is all about being an individual and original and going against the grain. So when you put that planet of law and tolerance and order inside of that rebellious energy, you may feel some energy going towards going against the grain today. Again, those building conversations I know a lot of us are having amongst each other in our small circles about the things that we want to do that are essentially against the grain, whether it's against certain lifestyles that we've been used to, certain traditions that have been brought down to us that we realize are now asinine or did more harm than good, as well as governmental things that have been passed on to us. We may be building towards creating a new wave, as we know, like that go with the flow, kind of like, if you don't go with the flow, I'm gonna push you kind of energy. And that's the kind of energy that you feel in that Aquarius spirit. If you don't go with this flow, it's gonna push the shit out of you. So definitely a time to engage in new conversations, engage with new cultures, people you haven't spoken to before, that come from a different walk of life. Is definitely a good time to do some things like that during this space and place. And because Jupiter is here for a whole year, you will be feeling this kind of energy for the rest of the year up until December of next year. And Jupiter changes houses a couple times. Right now, Jupiter is in the sixth house, which is dealing with the house of daily routines and wellness and health. So you're applying this kind of energy of, just breaking out of your traditions and the things that you've been doing regularly for the next year. And that's fun. Saturn is our planet of power and fears and challenges and restrictions and authority. And that's like the like, while Jupiter is like the cop of the cosmos, Jupiter is like the friendly cop of the cosmos. Like, I think of the cop from oh, Scoob. I think of the cop from The Simpsons. When I think of Jupiter, like, he's like the, oh yeah, we're gonna get this stuff done. I'm gonna create law and order, but it's kind of like lax a little bit. Whereas Saturn is like RoboCop. You know what I mean? Like, oh nah, like Saturn puts fear in your heart. Saturn has laser beams, and you're not gonna mess with Saturn. You think you can walk over Jupiter? Cool, that's cute. But here comes Saturn right behind you, and here is Saturn right up on the behind at 1 degree 31 latitude Aquarius in the sixth house. And at tonight at 11:59 p.m. it'll be at 1 degree 38 latitude Aquarius in the sixth house. So Jupiter and Saturn are still chilling 1 degree apart, living their best lives. As you know, what was that, like the third week in December, Jupiter and Saturn was at its closest, and they'll still be pretty close for the rest of the year. I think last year they stayed about 2 or 3 degrees apart for the entire year. They usually stay pretty close, so maybe like next year they'll be like right on top of each other. We don't know. So yeah, with Saturn and Aquarius as well as Jupiter, you got that double energy to go against the grain, to shake some things up, because we know Aquarius is that rebellious energy, that energy of like, well, no, I'm gonna blow this shit off. So there's a tug of war going on with the things that we're holding on to as law and order and authority, with this rebellion, this desire to rebel, this desire to be like, you know what, fuck this noise. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to follow these things anymore. There's definitely a tug of war going on with that this year in our daily routine and wellness and health. So definitely be on the lookout. And we see that. We see that already. We see that with the things going on with the vaccine and COVID, and people saying that the vaccine isn't is this, or the vaccine is that, or the illness is this and the illness is that, and everything in between. And it's not just that, it's also things that's going on with politics And certain secrets coming out, and certain everybody has their own opinions based upon their own facts of what's going on behind closed doors, because there's so many secrets going on. But no worries, we'll get to Pluto in a minute, and we'll talk about why them secrets are going to come to light regardless of how well they've been keeping them. And we got into this yesterday too, so if you missed my planetary review yesterday, you could definitely go into my YouTube page. I'll be doing this every day, so we're gonna have fun with this. Moving on to Uranus. Uranus is that planet of individuality, progressiveness, and change. It goes hand in hand with Aquarius. So we're coming from the Aquarius zodiac energy down to like its friend Uranus over here, and at 12 a.m., we started off the day at 6 degrees and 48 latitude and retrograde in Taurus towards the ninth house. And tonight at 11:59 p.m., we'll be ending the day at 6 degrees 47 latitude and retrograde in Taurus in the ninth house. So we're still in the same degree. We moved back a space or two, and we're still in Taurus in the ninth house. Now, the thing with Uranus and Taurus, Uranus has been in Taurus since January 20th, I want to say, 2008. We established that like during the Capricorn zodiac, Capricorn forecast. If you guys want to check out my YouTube page, I did one for the entire zodiac season. Did I pause? Thank you. But yeah, so since 2008, and we made the parallel statement that was when Obama came into office, and that's when a lot of things became undone. As we know, Uranus is the planet of progressiveness and change, and that force that makes, it's like that wall you come to that makes you finally face the truth about situations and things around you. Like, yo, I can't keep acting like I don't see this shit no more. Like, I can't keep acting like this doesn't exist anymore. Like, it's in your face now. You can't ignore it. It's here. It is what it is. And so that's what Uranus does. And we know that Taurus is that planet of like traditions and stubbornness and being like slow to move and slow to react. And I'm going to get to it when I feel like it, or I'm not going to get to it at all, because you're not going to get me to move. You're not going to get me to move until I'm ready to move, and if I'm ready to move. And so we have again Uranus in its own space and place, but also, working in alliance with that Jupiter and Saturn energy on the other side of the game. So we have that energy going towards getting us to shake up our attractions and shake up our relationships, because Taurus is a Venus energy. So that's all about relationships and attractions and wealth and the pinnacles. So, we're shaking all that stuff up, and we're coming to a truth about how we've been treating relationships, and we're coming to a truth about how we've been treating our wealth and these material things and these things that we keep saying is valuable and is important. We're coming to truths about those things, and we're changing them. And the ninth house rules over our higher education, our philosophies, and our perspectives, and the way we do things and traveling. So, you see people saying, oh, I'm going to go buy land in Africa. I'm going to go buy land in the tropics, or I'm going to go here. Or you have Ice Cube telling people to become landlords in Switzerland. Like, all these things are holding true as above, so is below. And that's cool, right? I think it's pretty cool. We're always paralleling, even unintentionally. So yeah, moving on. Neptune is at 12 a.m. this morning. Neptune was at 18 degrees 27 latitude in Pisces in the seventh house, and tonight at 11:59 p.m. Neptune will be in 18 degrees 28 latitude in Pisces in the seventh house. So Neptune rules everything that goes beyond the five senses. Neptune is like the ethereal, right? Ethereal energy. It's like the intuitive, emotional, going inward, the mystical energy, all of that. And so with that inside of Pisces, which is also the same energy, Neptune actually rules over Pisces, Pisces over Neptune, and vice versa. It's the same energy. So you have like a double up of that mystical energy. You have a double up of that mystical energy, and hold on, guys. What do you want? But you have a double up of that mystical energy. Excuse me. And hold on a second, guys.
Mommy.
My bad. Okay. And it's in the seventh house, and that is the house that deals with like your one-on-one relationships and your intimate circles. Hello? Yeah.
Sorry, but we're trying to tell Marcus that.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear all that? My U was connected to the phone. I was in the car. I was in the store.
Oh.
What I'm about to say, I'm at the produce store. You want something?
I want some mangoes. I want some strawberries.
Oh, shoot. Almost knocked everything down.
Don't do that. That's not how you get things for free in there. That's not how it works.
Huh?
I said that's not how you get things for free in there. That's not how it works.
Right.
Yeah, I want the dried mangoes and some strawberries, and a cucumber would be very fly.
The cucumber?
Yeah, I think that'll be cool. That'll be cool.
Okay. What are you planning on doing with this here cucumber, miss?
I'm gonna eat that joint because I can't have any watermelons right now because that would be weird.
Oh. Okay. All right. And I'll leave that alone.
What you getting for yourself?
I'm getting some mangoes.
Mm-hmm.
I got some fruit salad.
That sounds good.
That's it.
Oh, can you grab an eggplant? I'll make some eggplant later.
Eggplant? All right.
Is that okay?
That's fine. I took the kids to the GameStop because thank you. I'm gonna get some. I took the kids to the GameStop because we did whatchamacallit, they didn't Chris canceled on us.
Oh, okay. What y'all get from GameStop?
Games. Some games.
Some games.
Cool. Yeah. I got Miles and stuff. Marcus and stuff. He got him some stuff. He don't like me to spend money on him. I don't know why, but whatever.
Okay. So that sounds fun.
Huh?
I said that sounds like a good time. I almost finished this whole pint of ice cream.
Aw.
Now I need some more oat milk ice cream. Somewhere over there.
So how do I pick out an eggplant, my love?
It just make sure it's firm. It can't no soft spots, no dark spots.
It's all black. It's like all purple.
Yeah, it'll if it's a dark spot, it'll be like brown and mushy. Like how apples or no, like how pears be rotten on the side and spots. It gets spots like that. You'll see it. You'll know when you see it because your finger will go in it.
Okay.
As long as it's not bruised, it's good.
Oh, hey.
All right, let me finish this planetary forecast. I'm trying to be persistent.
Do your thing, my love.
All right, my love. I see you in a bit. My bad. Where was I? So you had like the the mystic Neptune and the mystic Pisces energy. So you'll have a selfless desire to serve others because Pisces also has that like serving energy, that energy always like doing for others and going with the flow to be a part of the wave with others. You also may feel codependent and gullible, as you know, like Pisces symbol has the two fishes, and yeah, that's what they be doing. They're like it's like a codependency thing going on there. Um, and then you also have it going towards it's in the seventh house, which is your one-on-one relationships and intimate circles. Oh, I did this one already. I feel it coming back to me now. So it's your one-on-one relationships and your intimate circle. So you know, just check this. Check this energy. You may have been spending a lot of time with certain intimate relationships. I know I have probably a little bit more than you should have, more than I should have. So check that. Also check if you are being in a one-on-one relationship. Check to make sure you're not being gullible or you're becoming too codependent or needy or things like that. Because even if your partner isn't vocal about them having an issue with that, it may very well be an issue, and you don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? Or that girl that is over there liking your sneak disses. Someone sneak dissing you, and you over there liking it because you don't know that it's about you. You know what I mean? Nobody likes that. I don't like that. So watch out on your codependency. Watch out because with the mysticism and things like that too, you have people communicating as far as trying to manipulate you, right? You'll have people coming to you saying, "Oh, well, this person they're very needy. They want to be around people. You might not even be needy, in the sense that you need people to do things for you. You might be needy in the sense that you like to be needed. You like to be needed. You like to be wanted. You like when people need to have you around for attention or to be the party or to be the life of the things. Like you like to be the supplier. You need to be the supplier, and that's still a form of neediness, just because you're giving in the exchange, you know? So you want to be mindful of that because people use that. People use that. You become codependent on that and you don't have a boundary with that because it's something that you're fired up in. Because like I told you before, we have Mercury, we have Mars in that Aries energy, and then we turn around and have Venus in the Sagittarius energy. You have energy sitting in fire, today. So you just want to be mindful of being like too passionate in those things that you're used to giving because those are needs. Those are needs. And if it's rooted in how someone else is receiving it or giving it or whatever, that can be an imbalance in codependency. It's more broad than we give it credit to be, you know. I know I say that to myself. Me being a Virgo, and my Venus is also in Virgo, so giving and doing things for people is my love language. That's also a codependency on my end, keeping it 100 with myself and looking in the mirror on my toxicity and what I bring into a relationship. I like boundaries and what I give. And because of that, I receive people that are going to abuse those boundaries. Like, well, if you're not going to, create that level of self-love for you, then I'm not going to give you the people that you deserve, that people with those boundaries of self-love deserve, because you don't have that. So, you want to be mindful. I need to be mindful. I was talking to myself as I was speaking to you guys. Actually. You codependent. Yeah, I'm codependent too. I like to be needed. I like to be needed. I like to be useful. And I can become addicted in that. I can definitely become addicted in that easily. Getting into Pluto. So Pluto is also in Capricorn. So today we have our Sun in Capricorn, our Mercury, which is our communication and decision making, and we have Pluto, which is our energy of transformation, leadership, authority, secrets, and that mystic energy and death and rebirth and destruction and healing. All of that is just sitting in that energy of manifestation and bringing things into physical form and wealth and value energy of Capricorn. So we're bringing into fruition, we're communicating and we're learning and we're sharing and we're transforming all of this Capricorn energy, that energy of authority energy, that energy that challenges us, that energy that makes us face our fears. We're communicating it and we're providing transformation towards it. And that is so exciting. Especially as we're sitting in this Aquarius energy of rebellion. Like, look at us. As above, so below. Ashe, I mean, amen. Ashe? Yes. So, this morning at 12 a.m., Pluto was at 24 degrees, 9 latitude in Capricorn in the 5th house. And tonight at 11:59 p.m., Pluto will remain in Capricorn at 24 degrees, 11 latitude in the 5th house. So we don't really move much in Capricorn. Pluto has been in Capricorn energy since, I want to say, you know what? I think I told a fib. Okay, so Uranus was in Taurus since March of last year when COVID started. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008, since Obama was elected. I told the story. And it will remain in Capricorn until 2024, where Uranus will remain in Taurus until 2026. I got my dates mixed up. It's okay, because I remembered it, and it was still from my head. I'm getting good, y'all. But yeah, so it's in the 5th house. So we have this energy of transformation and birth and pulling out the secrets inside of this authoritative energy. So with that being said, we have, you're gonna feel again another pull towards breaking fears, challenging yourself, challenging authority, challenging like all the infrastructures that were created and manifested. The thing about us is we're entitled, and because we are entitled, we assume the entitlement of others. And so, because you're an entitled person and you feel like, oh, because I'm this and I feel like I'm this kind of person, the fact that I think this way makes me better than you. And so, I can impose my thoughts and my way of thinking on you. And if you don't want to accept it, then you're less than me. But then we get upset when there's a whole system being created by an organization of people to do the same exact thing we do to our one-on-one relationships. But as above, so is below, correct? So if we change the way we are within as an individuals, then we will be able to change the reflection of the governments we choose to govern over us with the opposing, the oppressive thoughts and oppressive like way of life. Like we all have to live like this. Like everybody doesn't want to live like this, so we all should be able to make choices to not live like this without feeling ostracized or feeling like, well, we don't deserve the basic elements of life, or we don't deserve like basic respect and things like that. Like that's not cool. That's not necessary. And it's in 5th house, which is our creative and artistic expression. So we're coming through in our artistic, expressive energy. And that's true, right? Because our artists have truly, truly come to the forefront of this whole, COVID quarantine thing. Our artists, our jewelers, our, musicians, our actors and actresses and bloggers, just people providing entertainment have come to the forefront and created such a beautiful, my cynical side wants to say circus, distraction, but I'll make it sound pretty. Created such a beautiful space for people to forget about the troubles of their everyday life. Did I do a good job making it sound pretty? I hope I did. But yeah, like that's work. Like that's work. I'm an artist. I'm a jeweler. I'm a musician. I'm a lot of things, and like it's been a lot of work to help other people come to realizations of things and to heal and be their own boss and tap into that Mars and Aries energy. You know what I'm saying? And that's fun. Moving on.
I think somebody's coming upstairs.
Yeah, that sounds like Zeke and Marcus. So true node. A true node is. Can you close the door, please? Can you close the door, please? Hola. The true node brings light to underdeveloped or overdeveloped aspects of your character for greater fulfillment. So the true node is essentially like what characteristics about you are either underdeveloped or overdeveloped. So this morning at 12 a.m. they were at 19 degrees, 54 latitude, and retrograde in Gemini in the 10th house. And tonight at 12 a.m. it'll be at 19 degrees, 51 latitude, still in retrograde, still in Gemini, still in the 10th house. So we didn't move at all, really. We just moved as far as like latitude goes, north, south. But we're still in Gemini in the 10th house. So we're still putting forth that energy that tells us to slow down, to be more conscientious in our communication. We may feel like excessive nervous energy because, Gemini are all about doing like multiple things at a time, dealing with multiple things at a time, having multiple things at a time. And sometimes that can cause like a jumbleness of always trying to juggle multiple things and stuff like that. And it can create a nervousness or an anxiety or like feeling like too jumbled or everywhere. But definitely because Gemini is a Mercurian energy, and we know Mercury is all about exchange and learning and sharing and things like that. We know that this calls us to, the true note is calling us to work on our exchanges of information and exchange of words, learning how to listen, to learn and absorb rather than to listen to respond and repeat or, to have a rebuttal. Excuse me. Get out. No, and close the door behind you. Thank you. Close the door behind you. I've had closed the door like 7 times in this video probably. And the door's still not closed. And in the 10th house is your midheaven house. And this deals with like reaching your highest level of success as far as like what you need to do as far as like your soul purpose, like reaching like that ultimate level of yourself. So right now, the stepping stone, the self that the true north calls us to work on is our communication. And a lot of us are a lot of little know-it-alls. So working on our communication and working on slowing down and taking things one at a time. We are not in a race, and it's okay. So our ascendant is our personality, it's our first impression, our mask, and our expectations of the world. And our ascendant this morning at 12 a.m. was at 26 degrees, 12 latitude. It's also on retrograde in Virgo and the second house. And tonight at 11:59 p.m. it'll be at 26 degrees, 35 latitude, still in retrograde in Virgo, still in second house. So my sun and moon are both in Virgo in the second house, so that's pretty cool. But the ascendant being in Virgo is like, so like your outer mask as far as like the position that you want to play in like the groups that you find yourself in or the communications you find yourself in. You want to be seen as a detail oriented person. You want to be seen as the perfectionist, or you want to be seen as the organized person, but you don't want to take authority. You don't want to be the person in charge. You don't want to be the person that delegates and tells people what to do because you over worry. So like that's where essentially a lot of people are sitting at when we come together and do like these group discussions and things like that. You might feel like that might be like the overall mask that you're wearing when you're in these group conversations and stuff like that. And also be mindful that babies were born today. So there's some Virgo ascendant babies being born today. And this is being directed in our second house. So it's how we're speaking as far as gathering our finances and our materials and our valuables and what we consider value and wealth and things like that. And so the next one is midheaven, which is our most visible achievements in society, our accomplishments, and our responsibilities. At 12 a.m. this morning, the midheaven was at 25 degrees, 39 latitude in Gemini in the 11th house. And tonight at 11:59 p.m., it'll be at 26 degrees, 6 latitude in Gemini, still in the 11th house. So, again, coming back to that Gemini energy of like multiple sources of activity, income, friendships, relationships, business partnerships, and also like that overindulgence in that Mercurian communication because you have double sun rather than the Virgo singular lunar communicator. But you'll feel like yourself being more adaptable and able to manage everything, but be mindful because the true note is calling for us to keep that Gemini energy in balance. So even though you want to, be that person in all your conversations that's showing off that Virgo energy of being detail oriented and organized, and you can rely on me and I'll get it done for you, because Virgos don't know how to help you, just do stuff for you instead. Yeah. And even though you want to do all that, the true no calls you to hone in on that, bring some of that home, and take your time. You don't have to do everything at once. And and as you find a balance within that Gemini energy, you will also be satisfying that midheaven energy that causes also to manage that Gemini energy. Lilith is our repressed vulnerability, fantasies, temper, and sexuality. Lilith starts 12 a.m. at 3 degrees 13 latitude in Taurus in the ninth house. And tonight at 11:59 p.m. it'll be at 7 degrees 11 latitude in Taurus in the ninth house. So Lilith is essentially like the things about you that you don't really like other people seeing or experiencing. You don't really want people like to know about you that exist. So it's the things that like you keep to yourself. You try to keep in your head and have those like in my head conversations. So a lot of people are, you feel yourself like repressing that stubborn energy. Like you want to be open minded. You want to feel like you're progressive and you're liberal and you're all these things, because right now Lilith is in Taurus, and so you're hiding those Taurus things about you. The Taurus things is what? That's stubborn, that's slow to move, that I don't really want to be told what to do, and I'm kind of narrow-minded, but I'm also determined and reliable and consistent because of that Earth energy, but still also that Venus energy of being materialistic and all about valuables and how you obtain certain things. So those things are the things about us that we find yourself repressing as we move into like certain energies, and you find yourself in certain communications, and you'll also find yourself attracted to those things still. So it's all about finding a balance with the material things and spiritual things at the same time. You don't have to be embarrassed about being narrow-minded about certain topics. You don't have to be open-minded and liberal and expansive about every little aspect, and you don't have to overthink it either. What's for you will be for you, and that's okay. Um, well, thank you guys. So the Chiron is it affects wellness, your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual wellness in areas that feel the most difficult. So like areas that you consider your wounds are also where you heal. At 12 a.m. this morning, it was at 5 degrees 3 latitude in Aries in the eighth house. Tonight, when at 11:59 p.m., it will be at 5 degrees 4 latitude in Aries, all still in the eighth house. Um, So our wellness is rooted in us feeling more energized, getting more in tune and more aligned with our root chakras. This Aries is all about our root chakra, that warrior like energy, what motivates us, what drives us, what gets us going. And a lot of us have lost what gets us going, what drives us and motivates us. A lot of us are a little imbalanced in our root chakra, where a lot of us are like that's the strength. So you know, the things that we usually see as our wounds are our strengths, and that's what this Chiron energy brings to us. Is recognizing that things that we see as flaws actually are like the great things about you. So, like, my advice today would be like to write down the things that you are embarrassed about, especially with like Lilith and Taurus too. Like the things that you find yourself have been embarrassed about, like for long periods of time and stuff like that, and write down why you think you're embarrassed about it. Like, what about it makes it embarrassing? Makes you feel like, you know, what is embarrassing about it? Is it like how other different aspects about other people, how you think they're going to interpret it, how you interpret it? Are you mirroring, someone else's interpretation from once upon a time? Like, you know, sit back and talk about the things and think about the things that make you embarrassed, and really have that strong conversation about yourself. You might be the problem. You might just be your own bully, and that's it. And that's as far as that story goes. And you're just in your own way. But that's what this energy in Aries calls us to do, to get tapped into what motivates us and what drives us and what energizes us. Um, And just like that warrior like energy. And the eighth house deals with Scorpio energy, so we know that's the energy of transformation. So that's why I kind of came to like the advice of writing it, because that'll bring you to certain types of realizations and transformations. Thank you. I'm going to eat them. So moving on to the next energy, Ceres. Ceres is all about health and nutrition, agriculture, fertility, loss, grief, attachments, and relationships with parents and kids, and vice versa. Ceres started the day off in Pisces today at 12 a.m. at 11 degrees 44 latitude in the seventh house. It was starting in Pisces in the seventh house all day today. As tonight at 12 a.m. it'll be at 12 degrees 2 latitude in Pisces in the seventh house. So Pisces is that energy, that intuitive energy. It's also sensitive, inspirational, impressionable, but you can deal with gullibility and deceit as you start to delve into the other realm with an impressionable mind. Also energy of codependency. So this calls us, because the seventh house deals on one-on-one relationships. This calls us to come face to face with some losses that we're dealing with. Some of us dealt with some very intimate losses, whether they be with other people, with ourselves, with our jobs, with certain lifestyles, things of that nature. So this energy calls us to shed some light on how we're dealing with that loss, how we're dealing with that attachment, that and how we're grieving. And sorry, neighbor. So yeah, and also be mindful of the one-on-one relationships that you're creating to the time and this time that you're dealing with grief, because some of those one-on-one relationships might be being built on deceit and your need for codependency right now because you are dealing with some level of loss. So be mindful in that energy today upstairs. So Pallas is an energy where, well, this is like a meteorite, asteroid, a little mini planet, where you can configure things with logic and reason. This is your intellect. This planet rules over your intellect. And this morning at 12 a.m., it was at 7 degrees 34 latitude in Aquarius in the sixth house. And tonight at 11:59 p.m., it'll be at 7 degrees 54 latitude, still in Aquarius, still in the sixth house. So your intellect is in the energy of rebellion. We have powers in with Jupiter and Saturn, all in Aquarius energy of being rebellion, being original, being a forward thinker, progressive, and just moving forward. So our logic, our reasoning, our intellect, our our inner authoritative infrastructure, our law and our tolerance, our growth and our luck and our wisdom is all being rooted in Aquarius today, and not for the next few days actually, but today we're talking about today. And it's all in the sixth house, which deals with our health and our wellness and our daily routines. So you're definitely going to find yourself shaking up some things that you do on a daily basis. A lot of things that you've held close, like some people have had jobs for decades that you don't have anymore. And some of you guys are just not realizing that maybe it's time to take your kids all the way out of school. And definitely shaking up some things, your relationship with your children and your daily routines with yourself and so on and so forth. Juno is a planet that deals with the talents and the arts, your wisdom, your defense, as well as justice. And this morning at 12 a.m., Juno was at 3 degrees 58 latitude in Sagittarius in the fourth house. And tonight at 11:59 p.m., Juno will be at 4 degrees 18 latitude in Sagittarius in the fourth house. And Juno and Sagittarius energy we know is generous, chivalrous, optimistic, adventurous, and patient, and also has that opportunist energy because they always see opportunities, and sometimes they see it at the wrong time. So during this time, it just feel like a talent in that kind of energy, if you will, like being optimistic and going outward and finding opportunities and things. Like I said earlier in this video as well as the video yesterday, a lot of energy is being put towards like building new things and new ideas falling in your lap and having those constructive conversations and things. So with Juno and the Sagittarius energy, this fire Sagittarius energy is also being aligned with Venus and not Venus, no, it is Venus. It's also being aligned with Venus, that fire Sagittarius energy as well. And they're both in fourth house. So definitely find yourself being artistically romantic or artistically engaging in how to obtain romance as well as your wealth during this time. And that's fun. And Vesta at 12 a.m. this morning was at 20 degrees, 10 latitude in Virgo in the second house, and will be ending the night at 11:59 p.m. at 20 degrees, 17 latitude Virgo in the second house. So what Vesta is your passion and where your fire is. So that's kind of like going hand in hand with Mars kind of energy. And it's in Virgo in the second house. And we have another energy in Virgo in the second house. Do you know? Yes, your ascendant. The ascendant. The mask that you wear. So your mask and your fire is going hand in hand. So I guess you find yourself being your true self as you are motivated by your mask and vice versa. You find yourself in servitude, practicality, using your analytical skills, your ability to communicate in different forms. You'll find yourself like more so motivated to communicate to other people, to new people, to organize your space and your place and things like that. And yeah, that's the last planet reading for January 1st, 2021. If there's any other planets or constellations you would like for me to cover on this daily forecast, let me know. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.